So sometimes I just think about what traditions existed from like our grandparents and our great grandparents that were out of necessity, right? They weren't necessarily thinking about how these practices of survival in some way were actually allowing their children and their grandchildren to stay like rooted and connected, to know where they came from, to
Mm.
know not just who belonged to them, but like what culture belonged to them, what space they had a connection to, what land that their bloodline is tied to, all that type of stuff,
Mhm.
right? And I don't. Now we go on vacation in Mexico, which isn't bad,
Mhm. Right.
which
Mm.
isn't bad. I'm sure they would have sent, their family international if they could have.
Yeah.
But I just
Hmm.
I do think that it is important in some way to make sure that we're including these like family kinship relational traditions as we as the generations progress
Yeah.
further away from
Mm.
those of our
Hmm.
ancestors who were
Hmm.
enslaved at one time potentially.
I mean, it's a
Hmm.
lot of stuff black folks used to do that they don't do anymore. So I say we play a fun game. Let's have some fun because Juneteenth is coming up, and by the
Let's
time
go.
this show, it'll be Juneteenth. So I say we
You
each
already know.
a tradition.
Represent.
Yes, I say we each list a tradition or traditional black thing that we used to do that our folks used to do. We each list one that we need to bring back or that we're currently doing. That sound good?
Hmm.
Okay.
All right,
I'm with it.
Paul, you
I'm
go.
with
You
it.
kick it off. You kick it off.
It's it's awesome that Nargis was laying that framework and the groundwork on the necessity of things back in the day, and how now. So there's a lot of great things that came with generations. There's a lot of great things that we are adhering to, like you were talking about our mental health and wellness. We're adhering to learning that working isn't the only thing that we need to do. But like Nargis was talking about, with that, there's like a shift in like vacationing and going on experience trips and doing certain things like that. And a lot of families have gotten away from things like family reunion, right?
Mm.
Now, personally, I'm on my way to family reunion fairly soon on Juneteenth. Actually, this is
Word,
our first family reunion on Juneteenth, and I am super psyched about that. You know what
word.
I'm saying? Because we used to normally do it on the Fourth of July, only for the mere fact that people are off of work, not because we ever gave a damn about the Fourth of July. You know what I'm saying? I know Adam loves the Fourth of July, but
Listen, man, I got a little bit of patriotism in me. I can't even front. You know what I mean? But
you know what I'm saying?
they definitely.
Adam's front line. But
Man, go ahead. It's a family reunion.
nah, man, it's such an important, and I think definitely in the climate that we're in right now, Adam, Nagas, I made a post a few days ago, just talking to Black Americans. That's who I was talking to. I was talking to Black Americans about having conversations and betterment of our community and having closed door conversations where we can really get to things. And it set my timeline on fire. Shout out to all the bots on threads and all the overtly racist people that left me some really, really, really handsome comments. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Please keep them coming. Um, but it just shows that how important things like family reunion are. At our family reunion, we do ancestry. We let the other generations know who what side of the family who this comes from and who this is and this, and we go to we have a family grave site and we go there and clean it, and everyone goes to church together, and we do all sorts of things like that. And it is super important to continually do these things and to honestly continually celebrate our blackness, like
Right.
continually celebrate our like continue like the climate of the world is crazy. Like we have so many things to deal with. We live obviously here in this world. And Adam, you and Nargis, both of y'all know, both of you guys have already went to vote. We already know how voices are being stripped. You understand what I'm saying? We know how culture is being taken away. I'm very happy with some of the things that are happening now where they're being forced to implement things back into the history that this idiot tried to strip of. You know what I'm saying? So it's super important for us to continue these traditions and keep our families close knitted because I talk about this like all the time, man. For the rest of America, for for the whites, for the all those people, like America has you covered. Like you've been covered by them. There are certain things that we need that are solely for us, and certain things that we just have to get to for us being people that live that are Americans within this within all sorts of different elements of the way that people view Americans. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that I'm super happy that these things are starting to come back up, and I know that I know for our family we're going to keep on doing.
Hey man, listen, the family reunion. I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm actually really happy that you all still do the family reunion. I haven't had
Yeah.
a family reunion. I was a little boy. I mean, honestly, though, just like that
Wow.
traditional black, like
Right.
Medea
Right.
movie family reunion, with everybody wearing the matching.
Yeah. That's how we get down.
Yeah.
You're meeting people that this person supposedly is your cousin or whatever, and you don't know who
Mm-hmm.
the hell this
Mm-hmm.
person is. Shout out to my boy Dirk, my brother Dirk. They don't necessarily have family reunions, but they usually have like large family get-togethers. And a person like me will show up who is not technically family, but I'm treated like family,
Right.
black family, and we take cousins pictures and do all of that stuff. So
You already know.
technically kind of do a family reunion, but I'm agreeing with you, Paul. Like that idea of like and you laid out all the political and like cultural reasons, but honestly, I just think it's just good to just link up with family and like family
Yes.
you wouldn't normally
Yes.
see. I think it's just like really cool. And my cousin Quinell and I, and my cousin Whitney on my father's side, my cousin Quinell on my mom's side, we've all talked about how, and I think this is important, we're becoming like, in some cases you are like the matriarch and patriarch of your family depending on how you
Mm-hmm.
set up. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily the patriarch of my family, but I am
Yeah.
becoming one of the elder statesmen
Yeah.
of the family.
Of your generations.
And
Yeah.
what it is
Exactly.
that you're still young
Mm-hmm.
enough to still had put in the legwork to put everything together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm an uncle now, right? And yeah, I do want to start getting my family back together. And as you see, certain people get older, and you know that life is precious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is a huge one. That's a major way to not lose recipes, as my man Michael Irvin would say.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Good old Michael Irvin.
definitely the family reunion. Y'all, we accidentally went live. So we are live, by the way. Yeah.
Oh,
We're
Oh, awesome.
live.
Let's go.
Yes.
wow.
And we have a commenter. Okay, that's my fault because I hit the live button. Y'all, I
All
Good
wanted
right.
to
job, Adam.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm glad we live. All right.
Let's go.
Shouts out to Harleen Span.
Hey.
Yes, we
Her
still got
comment is
reunions.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mom.
Hey, Bob.
all the time. All
Bob.
the time. We handle business.
All right, so family reunions, that's a given. I think that's a big one that encompasses everything. Nargis, what you got? What tradition would you bring back?
I'm gonna kind of spin off the family reunion piece because, like Paul, I very much look forward to the family reunion
Yeah,
that I
Let's
have.
go.
It was something that I coveted growing up.
yeah,
And when we didn't go, I was devastated because
mhm,
there's just like
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
fascination with these distant relations that I never see, right?
yeah,
And that's on my dad. It's on my grandmother on my dad's side. So it's the Scales family reunion. But they know when the Fontaine contingent shows up.
Right. Right. Yeah, we're
um,
Johnson, Span Johnson. So yeah, I
yeah.
understand.
So and it's something I've always felt drawn to because I've always wanted to return to the place where my dad had stories of being sent to.
yeah, yeah.
Growing up,
Right.
my grandmother,
Right. Right.
rest in peace. She was one of 15,
Mm,
and she had 9 children. My dad is one of 9. Um,
Ooh.
and she would send
Oh.
their asses.
that one,
Right. Right.
She would,
yeah.
Right.
and
To the
my father would say,
motel.
yeah, we would all pile up in the car.
No.
And it wasn't no
Mm-hmm.
seatbelt laws. It wasn't no nothing. They would
Mm.
take that road
None of
trip
that.
Yeah.
None
to
of that.
Henry County, Virginia, and drop them Bamas off
Yeah.
so that my grandma could do whatever it was she needed to do. She might have even stayed with them, and
Mm-hmm.
my grandpa went back and worked. I don't know. All I know is they cleared house during the summer. If
Yeah.
you wasn't working, you needed to go down the country
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be with the
For
aunties and your
sure.
uncles. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them, it's 15 of them. But there's a nice chunk of them that stayed in Virginia. Some went to New York. Some went to, my grandma went to DC. But it was a nice
Mm-hmm.
squad, and they had a good amount of land and houses, so people could kind of divvy up and help. Raise
Yeah.
the
Yep.
cattle, chop some
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah. Raise the cattle, though.
Raise
No,
the
shit, my,
cattle
my,
out
my,
that
my great
job.
uncles
Yeah.
raised cows. Like
I love it.
they
Yeah.
sold cattle. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
So,
go.
That's dope.
Let's go.
Still kind of wild. I'm sorry, but it's
but
great.
Yeah.
hey, and I was like well into my teenagers. So
Yeah.
the
What damn
tradition
year
that
was this?
I don't know, Daddy was born in like 49, so
Yeah.
59. No, Daddy was
I
born
can
in
dig it.
48, so like
I can dig
58,
it.
You know
early
what?
I
60s.
can dig it.
But to
Just
that
the phrase of selling of cattle is rather funny.
no, 100%. But to that point though, my family, the Butler side is mostly from Sandy Spring, Maryland. There's like a little museum in Sandy Spring, Maryland that has like they were the buds
Right.
at the time. That have like a bunch of us in the museum. So as a family,
That's lit.
we do go to that museum in Sandy Spring, and there's a house in Sandy Spring with a lot of my relatives. My grandfather grew up in the house, and I used to go to that house, and that joint had an outhouse. Okay, like you just go outside
Right.
to go to the bathroom,
Right.
So
My
yeah,
grandfather had an outhouse.
yeah,
Yeah.
this stuff is why this is cool is because this stuff is not for. It sounds ancient. Raise the cattle, go to the outhouse. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Right.
Pump the water.
Right.
But
It ain't that old.
it's not that old, bro. It's not that
Yeah.
old like at all, and it's still
Yeah.
touch it. You can still go touch it and feel it, and that's what's so
Yep.
dope.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
let me tell you, I say this all the
One
time.
hundred
When the
percent.
zombies come, that's where I'm trying to get to.
yeah, for real. No, I hear you. They gonna
You're gonna
come.
be back, yeah, where you need to
Yeah,
be.
because my
Yeah, most
cousins that's down
definitely.
there, they know how to
Yeah,
kill bears. I got a
yeah,
cousin that hunts bears.
Hey, well,
And his
you need
brother
it
rides
because you
horses.
have close encounters with bears.
yeah. Hey,
So
young,
that's
hey,
important for
young.
someone like you.
Your
It's
You
very
know what?
important. I'm with that.
We gonna
no
bring it
mom.
back to
Mom
Centennial.
said our family sold milk and eggs too.
Look, this what look,
Hey,
and we had like
yeah.
there was a corner store. Like my great grandfather had a corner store that they sold the stuff that they raised out of. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like this, or
That's
like
dope. Yeah, that's what
black
I'm saying.
entrepreneurship out of survival and
yes,
necessity, right?
yeah,
I
yeah,
got I got
Yeah.
15 miles to feed.
yeah,
What you need? What can I do to make it up? So all that to
yeah.
say, my child is currently in Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh,
There's a
oh,
shift.
oh,
And I'm okay. Like she's coming back, but like
Mm-hmm.
you know, as someone who would have liked to maybe have had the opportunity to regularly be sent away
mm,
with my cousins, for a week or
Mm-hmm.
two
mm-hmm,
to
Mm-hmm.
be
Mm-hmm.
of the space and the culture or what have you, and like to make those connections
Mm-hmm.
with the relatives that otherwise I would only see you once a year at the family reunion.
yeah,
My husband and I, we've been, all of his family is here, and the majority of my family is there, with the exception of my brother.
right,
So, they had floated the idea to me probably when she was like one.
mm,
Like, hey, think about it. We could keep
yeah,
her because I want her to know her Maryland side. I want her to know her Maryland cousin.
Yes. Yes.
I
It's
want her
important.
to be around my father. Like, I want her to have a relation. Like, I don't want my family to be the once a year special occasion family to her,
mm-hmm,
right? So
Right.
this
Right.
like this hopefully will be, the first of many go
Yeah.
instead of going south, you going north.
yeah, yeah,
Going up north. Right. Right.
You're
Right. Right.
going up
Right.
to the
Going up
north
north.
south.
yeah,
To be with your Maryland
Right.
folks.
yep,
And
Right.
and then come back down, and then hopefully, maybe some of my nieces or my nephews want to, come down here. My
Come down
nieces
and
who are in
cold kick it.
California,
yeah,
they kind of have their own little tradition of like, because they're all like in the same age, so You know, sometimes one of us might
Mm-hmm.
fly with my niece to take her out to California to spend time with my brother and to come back, you know. So I think we have tried to be very intentional about making sure that our kids have relationships with each other
Yeah.
and to not
No
allow
doubt.
distance to impact that. And I think sometimes, just to tie it back to a tradition, right? I know. Sometimes a lot of that came from, you know, the a survival necessity,
Yeah.
and then one of like the beautiful collateral consequences of that survival was having a connection to that land and having a connection
Right.
to not just your blood relatives, but also your kin relatives
Mm.
who may have grown up three doors down and know stories about your family.
Right.
It ain't a lick of genetic commonalities at all, but that's still family
Yeah.
because these
Family
families
and
grew up
community.
together.
Yep.
These families all go to church together, type of thing. And
Yeah.
those are just certain. Those are certain, in my mind, very southern like traditions and mindsets that I think is very important to like not lose. You know, going back to what Adam said, you know, there
Mhm.
y'all might as well be relatives. You know,
Yeah.
ain't no problem for you to show up and ain't nobody who's that? Oh, that's yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He can come
Exactly.
in,
Right. 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 Right.
Hey,
Right.
I tell
Right.
you, I
and
tell
I'm gonna
you,
get a plate.
100%.
100. Right.
100%. Hey, I'll tell you something funny. We talking about like families being close or whatever. Because the black family, it's really about the community. You got your blood family, and then you got
Mm-hmm.
your people that you just grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
Right.
uncle this, my auntie this, TT that. These people are just friends, basically, of your mom, but they aunties and uncles.
Right.
Um, when I first met my wife, we was like, okay, it's time to get the family together. You know what I mean? Let's get the family together. So, um, her mom, her aunt came over. My dad, my aunt, and my mom were all in our old house in the backyard, right? And my aunt Doris keeps looking at her aunt Penny. She's looking. I noticed it. Like, why are you looking at her like this? She's looking at her, looking at her. And she was like, "You look like somebody." Okay,
Be like, I
you
am
look like
somebody.
somebody. You know
Right.
LeGrand? And Penny goes, "Yeah, that's my godmother." My aunt Doris goes, "LeGrand is my best friend. We've known
Mm,
each other forever."
Right.
It turns out that her one of her great she was in here, she better explain, but one of her like uncles or her grandfather, somebody like that, hung out with my Uncle Thomas. These dudes was like in a car accident together and shit and like survived it. And like these like our family had known each other for generations. So much so
you know it.
that she and I got
Right.
a little nervous because I was like, oh my God, are we like, we cussing in
Third
the
Hey,
room?
y'all out this joke.
And it is
Y'all
what it is.
out this
It's
joke.
done. It's
Hey,
done.
Marcus and I found out we were distant cousins, so I
Yeah,
understand.
but me and Jim we
And
were
that's why
engaged.
we've always been the greatest of friends.
Me,
Right.
me,
Never
me and
married
Say
Jim,
it
with
again.
children.
yeah, me and Jim were engaged to be
Right.
married.
You're
So
not in the least bit.
yeah, we had already done the Game of Thrones thing, so we were, it would have been what it was.
Right, 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 right.
Targaryens, but
Hey, bruh, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
yeah.
So for that whatever amount of seconds when you were
Mhm.
just sitting there going, in the tennis, when you this way with it and that way with it and that way with it, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
listening,
Red was
what
yeah.
was
jumping
what
up.
was what was it what was going through your head if you would have
Oh, I
heard
just told you. We were wondering. I was legit wondering. Oh my God, is one of these people going to say
right,
my actual blood brother and your aunt are like we're related?
right,
Mm.
Luckily, it was black folk. It was that's my man. That's my best friend. It was that type of thing. All right, it was auntie,
hey,
uncle.
congratulations on not being married to your
That's what
cousin.
I'm saying. Me and her, I joke about it all the time. I'm saying like done at that point. Like it was done. We were just gonna have to be. We just had to hope the children
Right.
out properly. Shouts out to Erica. Hey, what's up, Erica? Thanks
Hey,
for being there. Yeah, man.
hey, young.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
that is hilarious, yo.
That's
I believe that's
hilarious.
not the case. Our children are healthy. There's no, again,
Oh,
if it
yeah,
wasn't
no, no, I'm very glad it worked out well.
Targaryen
Hey, sis,
acting,
what's happening? I'm
yeah,
glad. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm glad you're not sister cousin.
But we related now the right way. Okay,
Right.
The
not
proper way. Yeah, 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 yeah. The proper way that would never be frowned
Non-incestuous.
upon.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean,
anyhow, Yeah, I like that.
Oh
Down
man.
south or up north or wherever you're sending them, you get those
Yeah.
Yeah.
traditions. And yes, the down south doesn't always have to be like the deep, unless your family's from there, obviously. But we were sending our people to Sandy Spring, send them to the country. The country is 40 minutes away from me. Send them to the country.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
I
But
like
I think even what Noggs was talking about is indicative of the time shift and indicative of certain things because of economy and all those things. A lot of people that were further up north are moving back down south. So that concept of sending your children up north is is different. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way that certain migrations have happened. Like nowadays, I know a host of people that are moving down south for
that.
economic reasons and all of those things. So I
Yeah.
think that's an interesting part of it too.
Facts.
Definitely.
I like it.
Mm.
All right, I'll close it out real quick. You all hit the big ones, which I think is like I think most people would agree with. I'm going to bring this up because it happens. It was interesting to me. We went to a cookout with some like daycare parent friends. They are friends, but we met them through the daycare, so it's like parents and the kids or whatever. It was a cool cookout. But the food gets ready, everybody's about to go, and then my man is like, "Let's bless the food." Now that don't sound like a big deal. I'm sure a lot of people do this, but I hadn't seen it happen at a cookout or something non-Thanksgiving, non-Christmas in a long time, and especially amongst friends. I've seen,
Right.
and you go to Thanksgiving and your family, your auntie or your mom or somebody's like, "Let's bless the food" or whatever, right? But I hadn't seen that amongst a bunch of like younger adults. Hey, let's hold hands. Let's stop. Put your plate down.
Mhm.
Stop it.
Right.
Hold hands. Let's bless this food. And somebody's going to give a very generous and heartfelt prayer over the food. And it made me think like, wow, this is really cool. So that's something that I think that we should, if you haven't already been doing it, again, outside of Thanksgiving, outside of Christmas and the big holidays or big giant family gatherings. I think blessing the food, no matter what your religion or your belief is, even if you aren't
Mm-hmm.
really a big believer, but just like coming together and being thankful for what we have,
Mm-hmm.
thankful for where we are, the fact that we can have a big cookout with all of our kids together. We all able to pay for this daycare and do all of the nice things. And we in somebody's house, and the house is nice in the middle of the city, and all of that stuff we sometimes can take for granted. I think blessing the food and being thankful and openly thankful for what we have and where we are, especially as Black folks, is vitally important. I think the old folks really had a handle on that, and I think over the years we kind of, and again, because of where some people stand with their religion or whatever, I'm not here to get into that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's I think it's just we could go back to really just being like openly thankful for what we have and openly
Mhm.
thankful for the community that we have and holding hands and touching and agreeing and saying like we thankful that we're here
Yeah.
doing
And
this,
exchanging that energy.
exchanging that energy, exchanging that energy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be my recipe that I think we need to not lose and get back. Uh Definitely 100% bless that food before you eat, man.
Practicing
Yeah.
gratitude.
Practice and gratitude.
That's it. And like that's it. I think like you said, obviously there's been so many thought processes on the elements of religion and the people that, what they want to specify as and all of these
Mm,
things. But just that element of gratitude and energy shift and like you said, grounding.
yeah,
Touch your family member's hand. Like touch like let's all be in some element of one accord. I'm not and like you said, we're not talking about stringencies of religion, but like no matter what you think, no matter what you believe, touch your family member, hold their hand. Like we're all here. We can get
yeah.
into the nuance of what we individually think, but let's all be here. Let's all be present. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I really, yeah, I feel you on that one, bro.
Yeah. So this was cool, man. Listen, Juneteenth
Yeah.
around the corner. Juneteenth is one of those ones.
Yes.
At my old job, and I don't think this was because of any like, I'm not trying to accuse anybody of being racist or nothing like that, but at my old job last year, they did not have Juneteenth on the docket. You know what I mean? Like for as a
They
day.
were racist.
What's wild was what I love. What was wild? What was wild was what I really loved is that every Black person took the PTO to the point where the CEO probably because it just I think she kind of just forgot honestly because they're not Black and it's not
Right.
sexist important to them. And I'm not trying to cape for them. I'm just trying to make sense of it. Literally just gave us
Right.
like put Juneteenth back on the calendar. We ain't have to do nothing wild. We ain't have to, do no crazy shit. All we did was just put PTO in and just remind it. Juneteenth is a thing. All right. So celebrate
Right.
Juneteenth. My man Paul is a lot more radical than I am when it comes to these holidays, but I agree.
You know I am.
Should be just as big of a deal as 4th of July. So we're gonna do that. And
Absolutely.
if go to a family reunion, plan a family reunion next summer. You know what I mean? Send your kids down south with the family and pray over that. All right. All right.
100. 100.
Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for it. Is this working for us? Let's clap it up for us.
That's right. That's right. What we got going?
Like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that. All right, here we go. So coming up next is our
back to them traditions.
Yeah. So right now we're about to get into our A Young. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
So many A Youngs.
Mm-hmm.
A Young week. I'm gonna just get my A Young out the way. For all y'all tuning in live, I A Young basically from these, what A Young mean, but it's just basically something that's wow, something that's interesting, trying to make us go, A Young. All right. So my A Young of the week is something I was hoping I was going to be able to talk about last week. I was going to be predicting last week, but now it is come to fruition. It's true. It's real. It's a real thing. Shouts out to the new
You were right.
Knicks. Shouts out to the new
You were right.
Knicks. Okay. A Young, 53 years. Listen. My man Francis, my man Dirk got a group text. They were not necessarily feeling the Knicks. My man Francis, especially, was definitely not feeling the Knicks. He had this New York City bias thing. You don't like New York City, but I'm
right.
I relate to the New York Knicks.
I'm not mad at him.
Paul got it behind him. He is a Commander fan. Nargis is a Commander fan. I'm a Commander fan. We have been long suffering. We've had bad ownership. We've been a team that was at the heights that's falling down and starting to come back now. The New York Knicks give me hope because they
Let's go.
all over the shit. Okay, so shouts out to New York City. Stop fighting people. Stop beating them Spurs fans. Just enjoy your championship now. I hope y'all got that out.
Yeah, knock it off.
But other than that,
Other
than that, my A Young is the New York Knicks. Shout outs to the New York Knicks. I can't be nothing but happy for New York City, man. Shouts out to them.
Shout out Josh Hart.
Shouts out to Hart.
Shout out to Josh Hart.
Native. Yeah, shouts out to Josh Hart.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know. Hey.
What's up? All right, Nargis.
You going, Nargis? You want me to go?
You go last, Pete, because we know what
you're
you're
doing.
All right, so I too had an A Young because that game 4, we ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
And then Adam was gonna be my A Young, but I'm not mad no more.
Let's go. Oh, I was waiting on that. And Nargis, I have something funny to tell you with that, by the way.
Adam was definitely gonna be my A Young, but I'm gonna save it.
I was giving a warning.
Very good. Very good. I let him know to prepare himself.
All I would say, and I appreciate that, is that just hit my phone. I put it in the group chat. I was available, young. I was available. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Hey, I say you go.
I'm gonna say it. She's A Young and me because she was in town. And Paul and them linked. I don't know. We had plans to all link, and I couldn't on Saturday, but I was going to try to make Sunday work. So, and people should know this about me. I am a chronic non-shower upper. This is a term that was coined by the young lady down there with her hand over her mouth. She said this about me in like 2013, and that is true. I am a chronic non-shower upper. There's a new term.
I've never met my husband.
Huh? You said what?
I said you've never met my husband.
Nah, I haven't. Nah. But
been married 7 years.
And that's my guy.
But check this out. We coming to Atlanta.
Lordy, what's happening?
And we coming to Atlanta. We're gonna do it.
Right.
We're gonna do it. But I am an outrovert. I think that's the new term that they've created. People that are like not necessarily. No, this is like, and I mean this is like a new thing that I thought was kind of funny. Is outrovert is like you're not an introvert. But you know, so yeah, it's not outro. What's it called? It's like a mix of the word whatever. It's a person that likes to be out.
Introvert and extrovert.
Yeah, they get like burnt out with it, and then they don't like to go out places. So that's me. But whatever. Anyway, screw both of
So
y'all.
my actual A Young.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a two
For the
part
falls, I
thing.
don't hear you no more. But go
It's
ahead.
fine.
Go.
It's fine. So my first A Young was just,
Right.
you know, my brain goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is my A Young is a question.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ever met
Mhm.
somebody from Cheverly?
No. That's what
Hold on. You mean
that's hilarious.
that is an absolutely wonderful question. I played ball in Cheverly.
Yeah, I never met nobody for sure. That's funny.
Y'all
My
ever,
uncle
like,
shop. My uncle
I know
shop.
people that
My uncle
moved to
shop is in
Cheverly,
Cheverly.
but I ain't never met
Right.
nobody that was just like
Like where
born and
their
raised.
base element is Cheverly, man. Like their base A Young. Hey,
I know,
Noggins, that is wild.
I know I ain't never met nobody.
Listen, man. Everybody in the comments, whoever's
Okay,
checking
Erica.
us
Erica was
out,
born in
let us
Cheverly.
know.
Wait, Erica said she was
What?
in Cheverly.
Hey, that's what's up.
Hey, stop. How did I not know that?
That's funny.
I was
Like, how did
literally
I know? Well,
driving,
I clearly know someone.
Yeah.
and I was like, "Who is from here?" Cause
Right?
it's like that way. You know
How
what I'm saying?
large is Cheverly? Right? Isn't Cheverly like 7 miles?
Right. It's
I know
literally the last
nothing
stop
about
on the
Cheverly.
Orange Line. Like, who
Yeah, I'm
is
about to
born?
say that's all I know about.
Right.
That's all I know about.
Right. I mean, I know my uncle's shop is in Cheverly. Y'all should go check him out at JG Colorations. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
hey,
PG
Erica, I did
Hospital.
not know that. That is
Okay.
hilarious.
Okay.
Okay.
PG Hospital. That's different than like being raised
Right.
in Cheverly.
100%.
But
I don't
still,
know if
so
anybody was
I think
raised in Cheverly.
that's what I'm saying.
Right. What's the elementary and what's the elementary school for Cheverly?
This is what I'm saying.
Right. What's
What's it?
in
You
Cheverly?
Who's getting
know
bussed?
what I'm saying?
What is
And
in
we're not going on y'all Cheverly, man. Not at all. We just
going on?
proposing questions.
A little
I'm
bit.
going on.
Hey, young.
Because it's like Cheverly, Bladensburg,
Yeah.
Pleasant.
I know
It's
Rockabye from
weird.
Bladensburg.
It's like in a weird nook of the
Yeah.
county.
I don't
It
know.
is. It is a handsome little
I,
section. Yeah,
I
I'm with that.
actually forgot that Cheverly was a thing.
Is a place.
Yeah.
You mean as an overall or
Yes.
what?
Till she just said it. I actually
Right, right.
Cheverly does not exist in my mind unless somebody says out Cheverly or says then I remember. Oh yes, there's
Oh
a
yeah, that one place.
It's literally
somewhere.
like Kenilworth,
Yeah,
Bladensburg,
Hey
Cheverly.
young.
But
I
don't
don't know
nobody go
Hey
there.
young.
where it is. Cheverly could be in Howard County for all I care.
Hey,
Hey young.
And
It's
Cheverly.
in Prince George's County, and my uncle's shop is out there.
Listen, when she said PG Hospital, I had to remember. Oh yeah, Cheverly is not like all the way out in like it's not like a 3 hour
Yeah,
drive. Yeah, Cheverly could
right,
be
right there.
right.
You drive towards Cheverly to
Man,
Cheverly
shout
to get
out,
on 295.
hey.
shout out to PG
It's right off
Hospital.
Sheriff
They're
Road.
the people that stabilized me.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? They stabilized me before I went to shock trauma in Baltimore. So
hey,
shout out to Cheverly. They actually saved my life. I appreciate you guys.
Paul Drew. You see how
I would
Paul
love to know who the mayor.
Paul,
I would love to know who the mayor is.
actually
I
Cheverly
would love to
saved
know who the
my life.
mayor is.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah,
It did save my life. What you mad at that? Hey, what's up with my man? Yeah, what's up with our man? Yeah, what's going on? It's like, or mocking my life being saved.
No.
That's why we gotta get back to family reunion, yeah.
I'm the A up,
That's
dog.
why.
I am the A up.
All right, let me
That's
pivot.
why we gotta get back to family reunion, yeah.
Because I'm praying on that food for real. Oh man.
All right, my second A Young,
Yeah.
which was like an
Mhm.
A Young. Shout out
Uh-huh.
to the goalie for Cabo Verde,
Yeah.
the 40-year-old
Okay.
Yeah.
goalie
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
held the line. What they
Yeah.
call that man? Vozinha. I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah.
That man
Yeah.
held the line against Spain.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Cape Verdes that I know in
Hmm.
Maryland and Boston and what
Hundo.
have you. The ones that's in Atlanta right now turning up.
Yeah.
We always want to see a
Yeah.
melanated country win.
Yeah. I'm with that.
So the
You
fact
know.
that y'all held them to a
You
goose
know.
egg, and
Yeah.
that man was out here, us, us,
Listen,
They getting a
right?
moment
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
They
with
getting a
all his
moment right
40-year
now.
old energy, man.
Yeah. First off,
Salute.
like Cheverly, I didn't even know that place existed. Two.
Right, right. You never heard of Cape Verde?
No, I mean that, and I'm not.
Yo,
That's
they
just my.
got some of the
All
most
right, true.
So
beautifully non-genetically modified people in the world.
you beat me to it. That's exactly what I was going to say. They getting a moment, not only because of their goalie, but because they like everyone in their country is beautiful. Everybody,
Right,
woman,
right.
everybody. They all just this is a beautiful country, and they're getting their moment right now, and they're getting shine. And I say that jokingly. I don't know a lot about that country, obviously, but I, I'm learning about it now because of the shine again. And I think that's the dope thing about the World Cup, man. So shouts out to them for sure,
My
100%.
sister lived next door.
100, 100.
My sister lived next door to. We was in. She was in. Where was she?
Chevy.
Like Landover area. Basically, it was these three brothers, and they was all half Cape Verde. Their mom was Cape Verde.
Yeah, yeah,
All three of them was
Right,
lookers, right?
yeah, yeah,
But when they mom
right.
came down from Boston to visit,
yeah. Hey,
Repping
mom.
the whole
it was
set, huh?
like,
Repping the whole set.
God damn.
Representing the country well. Yeah, I like it. I like
Right,
it. I like
That
it.
was my
right.
education into Cape Verde.
Hey,
Was that stunning woman?
a lot of people getting educated now. I love it.
Yeah,
All right,
for
all right.
sure, for sure.
What's your A young
All
question?
right, all right. My A Young is a personal question to both the two of you and to the listening audience. Right.
Hmm.
So I don't like listen to the radio a whole lot. Maybe I listen to it when I'm, in the van, going different places with my mom and dad and all those things. So sometimes, I randomly listen to music, randomly hit songs, or I'll be just in my own iTunes and all those things searching for things. Sometimes when I hear songs, I want to know, am I weird or is this something that you all do or even the listening audience does? Sometimes I hear a song and it might be like the melody that gets me. It might be like a hook. It might be something that encapsulates me, and I'll begin to listen to that exact same song over and over and over again.
Mm,
Sometimes for like it might happen for a series of like 4 days upwards up to 2 weeks, right? And I might just get like not I don't even know if you would call it fixated on the song, but like whether it be a chorus, whether it be a melody. Now I'll listen to other music, but if I'm listening to music all on my own, if I'm listening to something in my headphones, I'm listening to the exact same song over and over and over again until eventually that fades away from me. I move on and I do it again with another song when I hear something else that jars my imagination or something like that. And I'm asking, is that
mm,
overtly weird? And is that something that anyone has ever done or that you all actually do?
I don't know.
So
Yeah, go ahead, Nuggets, because I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I can't do
Mm-hmm.
that.
yeah,
I would go crazy.
Okay.
But that
Okay.
reminds me. Remember when you used to be able to buy like just the single,
right.
and you could get
Right.
like the
Right. Right. Right.
single,
Right.
and
Right. Right.
you might
Right.
get the instrumental, and then you might get like the acoustic version
Yeah.
of like just that
Yes.
one
Yes. I know
song with the
exactly what you're
artist
talking
that you
about.
like. Yeah.
Right.
So my
Right.
sister would do that a lot,
Mm,
and yeah, I mean if that's the only song on the track, then
yeah.
that song's gonna be
But I do it
playing.
purposefully with a million songs at my disposal.
I mean, maybe that's just
I don't think it's weird.
I don't think it's weird. I think that just
Okay.
speaks to your approach to music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine? Like, I feel like
Right.
producers are that way, right? They'll
Yeah.
listen to their beats over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Right.
just gotta have a certain orientation to music to be able to
Right. I
do
feel it.
that and it
Yeah.
not fatigue you. I'm not oriented that
Right.
way. but I know people who
I
can
can
be.
dig.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
can dig. I was just wondering. I was just on the litness. Go
real
ahead.
Erica said I used to do that to practice singing songs. I didn't know the lyrics to it. And true. Um, I
Not
used to
we.
have like Bone Thugs back in the day when I was like a kid to like learn like their lyrics. I was so into like Bone
The
Thugs.
song, right, 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 right.
No, unless I really like when sorry, when the battle was happening, I really like Euphoria. Like I really like Euphoria. I really and not just and not even just that one. It was another song that came out recently. I'm having a hard time remembering now. Wow, I'm drawing a blank, but it was an R&B song that came out recently that I was like listening to over and over.
Right,
But like not often. I have to like really like the song. Like the song has to like really like hit me in a different way. Like I didn't not like us, which is
right,
a great song, but like Euphoria was one that was like something like was like I really liked that song, so I would play it a lot. Like a lot of like Linkin Park made an album about 2 years ago. It was like a comeback album with their new singer, and they had one song on there that was like vicious, and I just kept listening to it. But it has to be something like that.
right.
My short answer to you, Paul, is no. I don't think it's strange. You're a musical dude, so I know how you are with music. So I think that's just
Yeah.
a normal thing. But yeah, yeah,
Y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all experienced that, I just wanted to be sure I wasn't like on the
yeah.
musical spectrum or something. Like I didn't know if I,
Well, you
It's
might.
okay if you
you know what I'm
are.
saying.
It's okay if you don't use it.
No, I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah, it's a strong. You know what I'm saying. I was just wondering. Yeah,
Hey,
Spectrum or
listen, brother.
whatever.
you know what I'm saying.
One thing I realize I'm
Yeah.
really good at, and like it's like a party trick at this point.
Right.
I can guess a sample. I could pick a sample, like almost like I won't say any
For sure.
stuff I've never heard. You know what I mean? But like I know the
Right.
sample immediately, and I know the interpolation of a song, right? Like I know
Right.
that song is borrowing like the bass line from another song, or
From so and so and so. Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I can hear it. Like I can hear like samples and bass lines and interpolations in songs. I can even hear it like in
Right.
get going back to the Game of Thrones thing. There's a scene. Shouts to House of Dragons coming back this week. There's a scene on the episode 1 of House of Dragons. For any nerds out there that might be listening, just indulge me for like 2 seconds. But there's a great moment that happens in the first episode of House of Dragons. If you watch Game of Thrones, you know the story of Game of Thrones. And they play music. They play two characters' theme songs, and they blend it together. And as they're doing it, the character is telling the story of those two characters without realizing they're telling the story of those two characters. Again, if you watch Game of Thrones, you know Jon Snow, you know all that stuff. You know that ultimately the battle that happens in Game of Thrones is the big battle with the White Walkers. Well, it House of the Dragon is a prequel, and he's telling his daughter about the long night, and you have to look out for it. And they play Jon Snow's theme music, and they play another bit of theme music, like the White Walker, and they blend it together. And I caught that, and I yelled it out, and no one,
Right. 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 Right.
you know what I'm saying, like no one was feeling me, but I was like, oh, that's dope storytelling through music because you're using like the theme songs of these characters to talk about them, and so that's my music spectrum thing. Like it's
Did,
just
did, did, did it bother you that nobody knew what you were talking about?
no, because I do.
All right. That's a bit. I was just wondering. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Nuggets.
No,
Nuggets. It bothered him.
no, it didn't. Because I'm gonna tell you why it didn't. Because again, it's a party trick. Like it's something that I know. Like not many people
Right. 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 Right.
special or nothing. But it's just I just listen to music in a certain way, the same way you were describing. You know what I mean? That like I just listen to
Right.
it so I can
Right.
bass lines and interpolations and samples, and I could catch. If you ever seen that guy, if you anybody's on TikTok, there's this dude, this light skinned dude, and he just kind of like he points out like each sample, like each version of the song. So 3 people sample like an Earth, Wind, and Fire song. He'll start with the Earth, Wind, and Fire song, then he'll do like the R&B song that sampled it like in the 80s, the hip hop song that sampled in the
And
90s,
another.
like, new version of
That's dope.
yeah. So
That's dope.
I can hear music like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
For
that's
sure. For sure.
that's all. So anyway, fun facts.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Y'all just
I'm
got a
with it.
little Q-tip in
And
y'all. That's all.
maybe both of us are weird.
Or hey, everybody's on the spectrum a little bit, man. It's cool. The spectrum is an awesome place to be. All right.
Yeah. Let's
Good
go.
with Youngs.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to
For
our
sure.
community note of the week. It's the community note, and it's a big community note this week. Something we've been
Mm.
talking about 4 weeks is finally about to come to an end. The DC election. It happened yesterday. Well, the primary election. It happened yesterday. PG County's
Mm-hmm.
elections are next week, Paul, or this
It's
week
coming
coming.
up. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll definitely get into
Coming
that
up next week. Yeah.
as well. We'll
Yes,
definitely
sir.
get that. Yeah, there's some people we know that are running for office in PG County. Paul, I'll let
Mm-hmm.
you time to talk about that. But here in
Mm-hmm.
DC, we've been talking about this on the show. It's really been Janice Lewis George versus Kenya McDuffie. We've been talking about this because we're talking about how one could represent a major change in the city and one could really represent status quo in the city. Not saying that either one of those are good or bad. The result right now, unless they've called it while we've been on air, and I don't think they've had, but it is pretty much a done deal. Janice Lewis George is more than likely going to be the next mayor of Washington, D.C. And not only does it look like she won, looks like she's won in a landslide. They broke it down by
Mm-hmm.
wards. She's leading significant 8 wards in Washington, D.C. She's leading significantly in 7 of them, and Kenya McDuffie is only one Ward 3, which is like, what is that? That's Chevy Chase, I think, and like it's the white
Um,
Oh no.
areas, okay? And the
and
only one
and
that
Cheverly. You know, let's-
yeah, it's Chevrolet, right? Chevrolet's everywhere. But no, so
It might as well be.
it might as well be Chevrolet, though. Seriously, like it's like,
Without the rich whites.
yeah. And I'm gonna double check real quick. Yeah, they haven't
right.
called it yet, but right now, and by the way, we do we do ranked choice in Washington D.C. So you have to get 52% of
Mm-hmm.
the vote in order to win. Right now, Janice Lewis George is sitting at 52.9%. Kenny McDuffie is at 36.4. All right, I'm gonna refresh this just to make sure.
Mm.
We are 73.1%
Mm-hmm.
of the votes tallied so far. They haven't called it yet because this is our first year doing ranked choice, and they want to make sure that everything is good.
Mm-hmm.
Ranked choice is a little different, but she's likely going to be the winner. So I've done 2 mini polls on my page. I did a mini poll last week asking people who they would likely vote for, and overwhelmingly it was Janice Lewis George. We just didn't get an opportunity to talk about that because we were not on air last week. This morning I did another little questionnaire, not necessarily a poll, asking people what they want from her now that she's likely the winner. And some of the responses were normal responses. We want, you know, uh, free daycare. We want things that she promised, right? But a
Right
couple,
on. Right.
2 or 3 of them really concerned me, and it was my concern, not with Janice Lewis George, but my concern with why people were voting for Janice Lewis George. The thing that kept coming up is, and especially in the last week, and y'all, especially after the Knicks won the championship, one thing we kept hearing is, if y'all want this, people kind of jokingly saying it, but meaning it, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
y'all want to see how quick New York bounced back after they elected Mondami? We could have the same thing. Okay. And again, this is no knock to Madami. I don't know what's happening up in New York. He seems like he's doing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
can't really have a
Yeah.
Madami here. We've talked about this. You can go watch past shows while we broke down how that's difficult to do here. But there were 2 comments that stood out to me in my little questionnaire. One was, I want her to get rid of the National Guard. 2 was, I want her to keep home rule. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My response to the National Guard comment was, she doesn't have the power to do that. And the
Mm-hmm.
person's response, God bless them, was, oh, wow, wishful thinking. So again, you went in and voted.
Yeah.
You went in and voted. This again is not a knock to Janice Lewis George. I actually don't know a whole lot about.
Mm-mm.
I don't have any reason to believe she's going to be a bad mayor. She's probably going to be a really good mayor. I actually don't disagree with democratic socialism. But last week, Donald Trump came out and they asked him,
Mm-hmm.
if Janice Lewis George wins the race, what are you going to do? He said, well, we're going to have to look into having the federal government control the city. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to stand for it. And these are the
Said it
things.
smooth.
that we were concerned about. So again, I think that two things. I'm happy this is pretty much over because it split the city in a way I've never seen before. It's actually gotten really toxic. Um, I do believe that it damaged the reputation of a pretty decent man. If I'm being really real with you,
Mm-hmm.
I think that they had to turn him into something that he's not in order to win. Not Janice Lewis George, but people that are
Mm-hmm.
supporting her and really wanted something different. And in order to justify that, they had to turn him evil. Couple of comments I got in my poll last week was that he's a Republican. Merrill Bowser's basically a Republican. They are pro Trump. None of that is true, but that's what you have to
Mm-hmm.
say in order to make them the total.
Secure that vote.
A lot of people that are well respected in the city who supported Kenyon McDuffie are being called red pill and all sorts of shit now, and I don't like it. So I'm glad this is over, and I'm wishing Janice Lewis George the best. She was number 2 in my ranking, so I basically, because of ranked choice, you basically voting for both of them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but the ugliness is something I hope goes away quickly and we can come together as a city. She a man now. It is what it is. Like, and she's not a bad person. But two, for the people that did vote for her, hoping to get a Mandami and hoping to get all these radical changes that she really doesn't have the power to do.
Right.
I hope you don't sour on her because of your own expectations and your own lack of education
Mm-hmm.
how the DC government works, in specific the mayor. That would be my advice to anyone in the Washington D.C. area. Understand that she's going to probably do her best, but she's not going to get the National Guard up in here. She's not going to get Trump off her back. It's impossible. She can't do it, and you need to know that now. You need to know that now before you turn on her like you turned on people in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. And also know that like what you were already talking about, the difference in like a city like New York and multiple other places that aren't a district the way that DC is.
Everywhere else
Like
but Washington D.C. in the world.
bro yeah, bro has already said what his plans are, and what we do know is when it comes to screwing with people, Big Homie keeps his promises. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So like it was like we talking about all the way that we've been talking about this for weeks. It was such a an interesting thing and who to vote for. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we all of us are here for change. All of us are here for nuance. All of us are here for that. But we also have to think about the complete climate that we're in. And like you're saying, prayerfully, everyone can you know, allow certain things to breathe and knowing that like there is a big brother that can come and do things that none of us would like here for the citizens of the District of Columbia, and it sucks. But know that, like Adam was already talking about. Go ahead, Nargis.
No, I was just gonna say, I think I'm guilty of this too, right? Like naively voting,
Mm,
right? You vote idealistically as opposed to from an
Mm-hmm.
educated standpoint,
yeah.
right? That's why I voted for Barack,
Mm,
right? It's
Mm-hmm.
just like this black man about to come in and clean up some things.
All heart.
But
Mm-hmm.
we all know now, X amount of presidents removed from him, Barack
mm,
did some stuff that, black people, we side eyeing a little bit,
mm.
right?
You come with the job.
Um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, anytime you're in politics, there's some type of compromise or give and take. I see it happen every day
Yeah.
down here,
Right.
in Atlanta.
Right.
People, you hear 3 hours of public comment, everybody saying, please don't do this thing. Please don't do this thing. Here's my personal testimony about how this thing has impacted me.
Yeah.
And it's a unanimous approval.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thing done.
So,
Thing
um,
done.
I really, I'm always going to support black people and black women in particular. So I definitely wish her the best. And I hope that the constituents give her grace
Mm-hmm.
in the days to come.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I would have, something new. it's always a balancing act, man. Like I wouldn't have gone that way just because I feel like you need a veteran
Yeah,
to at least hold the line
yeah,
to endure
yeah.
as opposed to it's gonna sound so bad. It was like you coming in here with all this hope.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's real.
Get that hope shit.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy even about that and what makes it funny and laughable, Nargis? Like that is something that these people are
That's
afraid of.
people
Like
wrote
they like it's
on.
funny it's funny tongue in cheek enough, but it's like yeah, like bro, it's like yeah, and I'm not about to have youngins coming in here giving hope and making and you know what I'm saying? Like that's real spill right there.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
real.
and again, a couple of the comments was, tax the rich. Again, the Mandami, Bernie, AOC, who I like all of them, okay? And I actually prefer it. I definitely agree with taxing billionaires. I definitely think that they can't
Mm-hmm.
be free. I definitely think that there should be, that we should have a lock solid housing plan. All of these things. That's why I kept saying over the weeks I don't got no problem with Janice Lewis George. I just knew McDuffie more, and a lot
DC
of
got a different set of hoops. Like
he got to
it's
be
like everybody else hoops, and then you got like that special case of
Mm-hmm.
like
way.
flaming hoops that the
We
DC
are
square
Mm-hmm.
got to jump through.
listen broken record. We were the guinea. Somebody else was saying, get rid of all the alphabet boys other than the DC police. You can't. Trump want the alphabet
Nope.
boys here. Okay,
And
all the
they're going to
alphabet
stay.
boys. We got alphabet soup walking around Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as it was, in the very beginning, right? In March,
Mm-hmm.
but still a decent amount of alphabet boys,
Mm-hmm.
FBI, CIA, everybody. I mean, Secret Service walking around. You got all sorts of
All that.
agencies walking around. He controls those agencies. You can't do nothing. So, what I think people wanted to see, and this will be my last comment on this. What I think people wanted to see was someone fight a bit more. What Mayor Bowser decided to do was, and I think protect the city in her own way. It could have been a flawed way, by the way, and just sort of just fold on certain things and hope that she could kind of work from the inside out. And definitely take the different route that she did in 2016 during Trump's first administration, where she was very combative with him. Okay, created Black
Mm-hmm.
Lives Matter Plaza. They had her at the DNC. They
Mm-hmm.
thought she was going to be in the Biden administration. Her and Keisha Lance Bottoms. Okay, they were the stars of the show. And both of them have kind of their reputations have kind of soured. I can't speak for Lance Ball as much as I keep speak for Bowser, but their
She's
reputations
our Democratic nominee for the governor,
good. Well, good, I guess. You
going
know,
up against Rick Jackson. We
yeah,
gonna see.
yeah, and we can definitely get into that as the year goes on. But I just think that she made a decision because it was, and I can't stress enough. And I've seen podcasts at the podcast talk about it. I've seen Van and Rachel talk about it. I've seen the MSNBC group talk about it. Everybody talk about how poorly she performed during that very scary time in January, February, March, where Trump was on a rampage, sending every agency when big balls got beat up and all that shit. And it was a nutty time. It was a scary time, and I don't think people could really understand what it was like being in Washington D.C., not L.A., not Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
not even Minnesota. And
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, as bad as it could possibly go. Okay, to have a leader just be completely neutered by the president of the United States, and have that leader be like, I literally can't do it. Westmore was able to say, you ain't sending nothing to my state because you could.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We don't have that power, so it's just different here. So I wish her all the best, man, and I wish my city healing, dog. Some of these people, for you newcomers, this is my real live last comment for you newcomers, for you people that aren't, because it really did turn into like a natives versus non-natives thing.
Mm-hmm.
Feel what the non-natives are saying. I do understand, like, just because I wasn't born here doesn't mean I don't have say on the place that I pay taxes in. I get it. Okay. The other side was simplifying things too much. But to you non-natives, some of the people that were natives that back McDuffie, Big G, Tony Lewis, DC
Hmm.
Decade, people like this. These are not bad people, y'all. And y'all, it would be unwise to try to discard all of them because they disagreed with you politically on a man that you all really felt the need to turn into the devil in order to get your win.
Hmm.
Okay, Kenny McDuffie is not the devil. Kenny McDuffie is a politician. Okay, he's not the devil. He doesn't need to be the devil for you to not want him to be your man. Okay, just like Janice Lewis George is not some type of transplant, non don't understand the city idiot. It's not true. So let's get past all that.
Hmm.
Just let's fix the city because that's what we all want. All right.
100.
Free the
P, real
city.
quick though, before we move on, real quick. And I'm
Oh,
throwing you on the spot a little bit, and I apologize. And we could talk about it, but we won't because is the election in PG County on Tuesday?
what's Tuesday's date? I
What is
think we're like the. Hold on, let me see. I
it? twenty
think we might
twenty
be like
third.
the 23rd or something like that.
Yeah, it's the 23rd. So let people know real quick what they need to
Yeah.
look out for in PG County, just as quick as you can.
Listen, what I would tell people to definitely look into is who there's a whole lot of information on the candidates and all those things. I would tell people to look into the judges that are going to be appointed.
Okay.
There are a lot. I think fairly soon. I think be looking in the mail now for certain information, all those things, just because a lot of things are going to be at stake for us coming up. Shout out to everyone in the race. We have a good friend, Anthony Tillman, that's
Yeah,
running, and I hope everybody checks him out, and I wish him well.
yeah.
But definitely check out the judges. Like, please, like, it's important. Like, those are seats that are appointed that will be there for quite the while, and we'll make it. I know we already talked about how important presidential things and all those are, but don't negate those things. So please be on the lookout for that. They should be coming in your mail fairly soon.
All right, there it is, man. Go out there and vote. Everybody that got primaries coming up. I saw Nargis voted the other day. Vote,
She did.
vote,
Had
vote,
her peach.
vote. All right.
I almost missed it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Well,
today's the
glad you
last day.
glad
Ah.
I'm glad you
glad
did
you
it, bro.
didn't.
I'm glad you did it. All right. Coming up next is our
It's time for the millennial moment of the week.
bow. What's the millennial moment of the week, Nargis?
Okay.
A lot of build up for this one.
I was gonna just talk
Right,
about
right,
CD
right.
covers,
Okay.
Hmm.
but I really just want to broaden it out to like album cover art in general.
Mm.
Okay.
So like one of the first memories I have, it's gonna make everybody laugh, is the Doggy Style album.
Oh,
But it was like the tape
It's
cassette.
iconic,
I got a story.
right?
Boy, I got a
It's
story on that.
iconic
Iconic.
Yeah.
because it's like dogs with ass. It's
Yeah.
like what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Called doggy style. Yeah.
And I really
Yeah.
love that. I really love that like album cover art gives you a glimpse into like another artistic, creative side of the artist that you're going to listen to. So like even if we take it to, with the CD covers, you could like pull it out. Some of them might be like a poster on the
Hmm.
inside.
They would
Some of it might
unfold.
be like a dedication and a thank you from the artist to like all their family. It would be the lyrics to the songs. You could like go in and see all the credits and who wrote what. I remember with like Cardi just did this recently. Like she did like a special edition with like all of her little outfits when she was in court. I think
That's funny.
B2K had versions with like different artists on it, taking it all the way back to like the Ohio Players and
Mm-hmm.
like they honey album cover. I remember Prince's Emancipation album cover. I
Mm-hmm.
think about like Wale's Wow That's Crazy album cover, like Missy Elliott's. Like I don't know if I don't know if the same Tyler has really great, but I feel like Tyler's an OG at this point. So I
Yeah.
don't know if any of these newer non-labeled artists. I don't know.
Mm.
It's a lot. It's not a good term, but I don't know if the desire for that type of quality to like entice somebody in to want to purchase your album is the same because so many things are
Right.
digital now.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? So you don't have that tangible fold out situation where you're trying to read the little fine print.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I remember, shout out to Keisha, man, one of my very long time family friend. Like when I was in my Drew Hill era, like she gave me her autographed Drew Hill Enter the Drew CD cover. It said to Keisha.
Mm.
Let's go.
But she stood
Word.
in line
Let's go.
and got that joint signed. And when she found out that was, it was like, I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this
Right.
is so sick.
Right. Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, I'm not tuned in as much because I can't tell you the last time I saw a physical CD. Like, I know they're trying to bring vinyl back,
Yeah.
but even that's a very like
Right.
niche thing. And I just
Mm-hmm.
don't know what conversations are being held with the artists for the artists themselves to inform
Hmm.
what the image is going to be and like how that is or is not representative of the tone or
Yeah.
the inspiration of that body of work that you're about to listen to.
Yeah.
But I just have very fond memories of sliding that joint out, lifting it up over that little lip where it would get
Mm-hmm.
caught on, and spreading that shit out
Oh, that sound bad.
and
Yeah.
plant. Oh my gosh. And y'all are men.
Pause.
You're
And
better.
you know what I'm saying? Like playing the
You're
song
better.
and like reading along so that I knew what the hell I was singing
Hmm.
outside of
Yeah,
just the
yeah, yeah. So you
chorus.
wouldn't look wild.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if that's something the youngsters are doing, but I have very fond memories of like Outcast album covers, like
Yeah.
Mm.
just even the rock
AT
bands like
aliens. AT aliens is like that.
Maroon 5, the songs about James album cover is classic. Hootie and the Blowfish, Crack Rearview Mirror is classic. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I just those images bring back certain memories and just
Yeah.
like that the ritual of opening up. Get rich or die trying, like I
Heck
grew
yeah.
on. You know what I mean?
So you
Yeah.
right now there's a controversy going on concerning Jay-Z because Jay-Z is the 30th
Mm-hmm.
anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. He's
Reasonable doubt.
these shows and all this stuff. He's kind of back out there and back outside, but he's actually doing and there's a little bit of misinformation about this. But there is a version of an exclusive vinyl that's coming out in Target, and obviously, you know, when you bring up Target and black folks, people don't like Target, and I get it, you know. But I just thought that was interesting that you brought that up because there's a vinyl happening at Target. But what I really wanted to bring up, uh, there's an artist named Mock Hami, okay, MACH dash HOMMY, Mock Hami, okay. He's a Haitian American rapper. I first got wind of him watching that old Two Chain show that used to come on where he would just like discover different stuff. Like Two Chains was like try like
Mm-hmm.
$1 burger or go drive.
Most expensivest.
Yes, and so they
Most
had a version.
Yeah.
expensive.
Yes, and so there was an
Yeah.
episode where they showed him this vinyl that Mark Hami made. That there's only like one person that has the patent, and the vinyl is almost like like in a figure eight or like in a yeah, it's like almost like in a infinity sign almost, right?
Mm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
it plays the music in layers. That's less important than that. That's just a cool little fun fact about him. But what I like
Right.
about him is that his album covers are all like high art, like Basquiat level, like art. Okay,
Mm.
he's really in it, and obviously this artist is underground as it gets. He's not you know the big three. He's not the baby. He's not that. But I appreciate that about that. But Nargis, I think you're right. I know that Gen Z is like a throwback generation. I know they like vinyl. I know they like kind of like keep things kind of simple. They starting to use regular cell phones and not smartphones. I know they kind of like it that way, but I don't think that No Limit era or all of the artists that you listed and you and Paul listed while we
Mm-hmm.
talking about this. I
Those
don't.
jewel cases.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's done. I think that's done, and that is kind of sad, you know. But I think it's just one of those things that really only existed in our generation. It kind of started in Gen X with like the old album covers, like Stevie's album would be dope and this, that, and another. But it's not really something that was around for a very long time and it ended fairly quickly. So I think it's just going to be one of those things that was just very specific to Gen Xers and millennials, and some boomers, that we just had in our time, and it, it's gone. It's gone. It's not. It's
Nah,
not financially. Just real quickly, it's not even. It's not even smart financially to do on a large
right.
scale because no one's buying physical media. Just like DVDs, like nobody's buying. Like the DVD covers used to be dope. You used to get the Terminator 2 DVD that had
Special editions and all of that stuff.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
collection,
yeah,
the little TV show
Yeah.
collection.
yeah,
Yeah.
Matrix joint with
Yeah.
the triple with all three Matrix in it and a couple of
Uh-huh.
all that's done. All that's done.
I think like nowadays, I think the only semblance of that we get now is shoe packaging. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
that the way that the way that the way that sneakers and all those things, and I think that's the only thing like that's tangible enough to as a connection to that. But I'll say this: it's crazy that you all saying that. Like I remember purchasing Onyx back the fuck up when I was in ninth grade. Like I remember the CD roll. I remember all. I remember the Onyx Mad Face and all that. Right,
yeah,
and this is why this is funny from using that insert and looking at it and all those things, flash forward maybe 2 or 3 years later, my homeboy and I, my man Ethan, what's happening?
hmm
Um, we decided one day that we were going to brand ourselves, right? That's what, and ultimately the P and the S that I have on my shoulder now are because of what we decided to do. But
hmm
beforehand, he and I had planned on using a soldering gun and putting the Onyx Mad Face on our shoulders. Like that was what 16,
yeah,
7, whatever year old us had come up with. Obviously, we didn't pull it through. You know what I'm saying? It's that, you know what I mean? But it just shows, like you said, how all of those those tangible things, those CD cases, like Adam was talking about. No
yeah,
Limit had a jewel case run. You understand what I'm saying? That back then it looked so trippy, and it was the most simplistic things on earth. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But like it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? And let alone when Bama's came out with double disc, and we had to
Yo,
flip through it like it was blowing your mind. Two CDs. It's
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
For sure, for sure. Yo,
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think now that everything is digital, obviously it makes,
mhm,
and I think people's palate is to get straight to things now. I don't think their palate is to go through all that to go through. Yeah, hey, let me look at this. Let me before I go through this, let me read this and read that. Now that everything is so easily streamed, that man, let me get to it. Let me knock these songs out so I can post on Facebook and Instagram that this is what I'm listening to, and all of those things. So yeah, I think that's definitely gone, and it was a awesome era.
real quick, bought the Doggy Style album. My
Hmm.
grandmother bought me the Doggy Style album for Christmas. Okay. Oh, grandma, I miss you. She went into the okay.
Oh,
She went because
Sam
first
freaking Goody.
I was getting my first CD player. Okay, I was in elementary school or middle school. I had to be in elementary school, so I was getting like my first like CD player. Not a disc man, like a CD player, like a
yeah.
stereo. Okay,
Boombox.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically a boom box for Christmas, and she wanted to be a surprise, and so she asked my father, "What should I get her?" And my dad was like, "Well, just go to Sam Goody and ask them what's hot." You know what I'm saying? And my grandmother walked into Sam Goody and asked them what's hot, And whoever, God bless, whatever teenager was working at Sam Goody in '93 or whatever doggy
Yeah,
style,
get that doggy style, baby.
and told my grandmother, get get that CD right there, doggy style. So imagine being however old I was and opening up the gift from your grandma, and the first thing you see is Snoop
Mm-hmm.
leaning off of a doghouse, tapping a doggy ass.
Dog ass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Smooth.
My grandmother went
Smooth.
and
You
bought an
know what I'm
album
saying?
called Doggy Style for her grandson.
Cause she's lit.
Oblivious.
She's lit and she
She's
loves me
committed.
because she loves me.
Mm-hmm.
She still loves me. She's still up there watching over me now. That's why I'm blessed.
Hmm.
100.
Shout out to the
100.
grandmas.
Shouts out to Grandma
You know what
Butler
I'm saying?
buying me.
On the snizzle.
Yep. And I tell you how bad of an influence that was. Because then I proceeded to draw different versions of the doggy style dog. Again, shouts out to Dirk. Follow Dirk, Evil Golf. Evil Golf, love spelled backwards, Evil Golf on
100. 100.
Go check out his YouTube. Me and this man, I used to draw. I used to call him Joe's blunted. I used to draw like different versions of like that dog with like real blunted ass eyes, and then like slide it on his desk, and we would do that teenage boy thing where you just laugh, but you try not to like laugh out loud. We would do that shit, and
Right.
yeah,
We go,
yeah, that thing. Okay, we just sitting there dying laughing, but you
yeah,
can't.
yeah,
Oh, it was the
yeah.
best. It was the best. So all that started because my grandmother bought me Doggy Style, the CD with the bomb ass CD cover, as Nargis is explaining. So yeah, I feel bad for the kids. You don't have that. I don't know what y'all got, but you don't have that, and that was a dope thing. So
Yeah.
They got anime.
Yeah.
they do have anime. They really,
Yeah, and
They really have
they
anime.
can look up the words. They can look up the words of the songs that goes along now on Apple Music, so
you
you
know
can,
what though.
they have that.
You know what. Not to drag this on too long, but I have a preteen son, a boy, a preteen boy up in here, my son. But I have a preteen, and he hangs around preteens. Okay, I'm not gonna say they don't like music. That's crazy, but they're not. Music is not like, and maybe because they got so many sources of entertainment that maybe we needed that because we didn't have a lot of sources of entertainment, right? Like we,
Hmm. Hmm.
getting the new CD was like a source of entertainment. We didn't have
It was a
TikTok.
thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't. I don't know what music Makai really listens to. Okay, like
Mm.
he's not like I need to go get that, need to hear that new this or see that new. You know what I mean? And when I was 12, I was definitely again Doggy Style was out.
100%.
I was very much into music, watching the box, all that stuff. Right? Um,
Hmm.
I don't know. And the girls, like the kids he hangs around, they aren't like sitting around listening to music. It's interesting.
Right.
Nah.
It
It
is.
it's gotta be. I got a preteen,
Yeah.
and even with my nephews, it's like it's gotta be a song that go to something
Yes, like the K-pop Demon Hunter thing was a huge deal for them.
great, right? Or
Yeah,
even like he plays like 2K and stuff. So like if it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
song on 2K, he know
Hmm.
it.
yeah,
It
yeah,
gotta be
Hmm.
connected to some other media thing.
yeah, yeah,
And I
Right.
think cause they
Right.
like mashups and stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like they do like instrumentals more
Right.
so than
Yeah.
like lyrics.
And
You,
think
you
about
know,
how
and it's crazy
cool.
that you even say that, Nargis.
No, go ahead. My bad, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can make a point later.
No, it's crazy because my homeboy Saint,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Saint. Saint is 31. And sometimes we'll be listening to music and I'll be playing something and he'll know certain songs and he'll be like, I know this because of the video games I play. He's like, certain
Mhm.
Nas albums, certain things like he's 31 years old. And the way that like you were saying, Nargis, that's how he get, video games. He'd be like, yeah, I heard of this person because of this. I heard of Busta Rhymes because of this. I
But
heard
that
of this
that
and third because of
that's
video
how.
games.
But that's how a Gen Zer heard of an older artist. I think
Right,
me
right.
and her saying is I don't think they have favorite artists.
Right. No,
That's
no, no. Yeah, I'm with that. Like for sure.
they don't like they and like the way they consume entertainment.
Yeah.
It's so different than the way we did. That's what she
They
did.
got famous streamers. Like
Yeah,
that's they
Yep,
celebrities is
yep,
like
yep.
yeah.
That's what.
unboxers.
Yeah, that's what they going to.
So
Yep.
that's why a lot of this talk, going back to like the Bruce picnic thing and all that, and I made a little video about this. I think I was talking about it's
Mm-hmm.
cultures going on and rap is going on. Like, what did the kids like? And if we, it's like this big debate about like what's old and what's not, right? And you old
Mhm.
and like you playing
Right.
old art and like kids don't. So when Jay did the thing, but the kids don't fuck with Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Or like with sneakers, the kids don't.
Mhm. And
But
he
the kids don't like. The kids are gonna like something so radically different than any of us could ever imagine. And when they're 30 years old, 40 years old, the things they're gonna reminisce on. Another thing that happened, hey, we live, so we could do this a little bit. I ain't gonna hold everybody, but we live. We breaking the rules. We usually like to keep the show a little tighter, but we live. Um, the He-Man movie came out, right? And it bombed. Like it bombed.
mm-hmm.
Like it bomb. It only made like $86 million worldwide, and it got like a $300 million budget or $200 million budget. It's bomb, like terribly bomb. And some people that I watched kind of went into the analytics on it, and they were saying that like only like 10% of the viewers of the movie were Gen Z. It was only like older millennial men that went to go see this because He Man
Right.
for dudes that grew up in the 80s and 90s, right?
It's
Right.
for my age. Exactly.
Right.
Right.
So you know these things that are like super important to us and seem like the world to us, they don't like the kids don't care about, right? And it's hard to imagine what a 12-year-old, and I wouldn't even think about this if there wasn't a 12-year-old in my house. Like I never hear him. He'll dance, he likes music, okay, but I never hear him down there just like vibing out to like, I don't know who his favorite artist is. I don't know what rapper
Right.
singer he likes. I don't know what genre he prefer. I know like we cut on like some Afro beats or something like that because he's half Caribbean, so he'll kind of dance to that. But I don't know if he's like, yeah, I'm really fooling with I don't know, Travis Scott or whoever, right? I don't know that, and it's just different. It's just like it's really different how they consume entertainment. It's really, really different. It's
Yeah.
obvious TikTok, quick clips, all this and that, streamers, as Nargis said, but it's just different. And so I just think
YouTube. Mm-hmm.
some stuff that we reminisce on, like album covers and getting into the album art and all that, even comic books and even stuff like that, like hard
Mhm.
physical media, it's just not important to them. My daughter can work an iPad already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's just different, man. It's just different. It's interesting. It's not
Yeah.
bad, but it's just different, you know?
Very.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. All right. We're gonna get ready to wrap this up. Thank you, Nuggets, for the millennial moment of the
Of
week.
course.
That
For
you're
sure.
and watching us for the first time. We do that millennial moment of the week. We do our community note of the week, and we do our A Young of the week along with our main topic. We appreciate you all for tuning in and checking those out. Let's just get straight to the outro of the show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're watching us live and you were catching this show for the first time, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell.
Please.
We're on the road to 1,000 subs, and we're getting real close. The show's been getting bigger each week, and we really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on all social media. We are the MSR Show on Instagram. We are the MSR Show on TikTok and all the social platforms be there. If you want to listen to the podcast version, and the podcast is coming back this week. We've been doing special editions of the show, not full versions of the show. So I haven't been putting it up on podcast platforms. But now that we have a full show, we're going to put this up on podcast platforms. You'll be able to listen to the show tomorrow. We're on all pod platforms. Go ahead and like, subscribe, rate, review, do all of that stuff. We appreciate you. Thank you all so much. We're about to be up out of here. Nargis, how you feeling? You good?
I'm about to go to sleep.
Word up. That's it. Black man, how you feeling?
I'm great. You know what time it is. Little high learning before bed. All good.
Word up, word up. I hear my wife out there watching True Blood, so I'm about to go in and join her and finish our True Blood binge. All right.
Right, right, right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm Adam Butler. That's Nargis. That's Paul Span.
Black Man Span exiting the building.
Remember to be great.
Elevate us.
We up out of here. Peace.